Alright guys, SciFFPV Adventures here. Normally I don't chime in on these kinds of things, but I just couldn't stay out of this one. The whole Rotor Roit Bridge dive in Canada. This is all a matter of opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion just as much as you're entitled to your opinion, but that's all it is just an opinion, and it's nothing more than that. So I watched the X-Jet video, and I watched some other people's opinions on it, and the whole know your gear thing, and all of that shit. So I'm just gonna do my own little take on it. So I watched the video. First off, I'm not gonna name the pilot. If you know who he is, cool. If you don't, well, then it's probably none of your business, because I'm not trying to out him. But that pilot is a professional pilot. We've seen him do amazing things over the years. He knows his limitations, and it showed in that video. Like it was funny in the media thing, they made this big deal about how he plummeted down the side of that thing. That was probably the safest dive he did. If something happens, there's a concrete wall to stop the quad from going into the fucking traffic in the first place. Second of all, if you've ever done dives and you understand your thrust vector, you know the quad is facing away from the bridge. So if he loses video or something like that, he can just throttle away and it's going to plummet into the river. And one thing I never saw them do was enter over traffic or enter into the bridge. They never did that. Gear failing, like the whole know your gear argument, and my opinion on it is you should know your gear, and you can trust your gear, and if you've flown it and it's a quality build, you shouldn't have any problems with it. And then there's the argument that, oh, things happen, stuff goes out, shit breaks, and that's true, but again, I think some of that too goes back to if you purchased quality gear. All my quads I've built with quality stuff, I've spent the money on it, and I've never had something just randomly fail. When I first started flying, I was flying cheap, shitty props, and yeah, they would like explode in fucking midair. But they also only did that when I was on full throttle, and I'd like flip the other way real quick and then punch out again, and the prop would fucking explode because you put so much stress on it compared to just floating up to the top of something. And then again, when you're diving, which is what the whole ordeal is about, you're not on the throttle at all. You're at zero throttle, or you're giving it just a little bit so you pull away from whatever the fuck it is that you're diving. So, again, in my opinion, due to we know who the pilot is, he knows his gear, and my experiences with diving things, there was nothing, really that dangerous about it, Or another shot the media was like, oh, he's flying side to the cars. They made a big deal about that. If something failed there, the quad's going in the water. It's not going to go into traffic. The only maybe risky one was when he dove down the wires and he got super fucking close. But again, that goes back to that pilot knows his skill level. He knew how to judge it, and he judged it correctly. And this whole thing is like, oh, what if this happened? What if this happened? This bullshit could have happened. This bullshit could have happened. Bullshit here could have happened. This, what if this? What if this? Oh my god, blah, blah, blah. Like, give me a fucking break. Jesus Christ. Another thing the pilot looked at is, and what I look at when I'm going to dive something, is where is it going to go should something go wrong? In this case, the fucking water or the piling at the bottom of the fucking bridge where there wasn't people or anything like that. That's where the fuck it was going. In all those cases that I saw, that's where it was going. They never crossed over onto the traffic side directly above the street of the fucking bridge. That never happened in the video. Of it hitting a vehicle seems so minimal to me. In all the shots, the way he sets the dives up, it's super unlikely that it's gonna fucking go into traffic. Way unlikely. More than likely, if something went wrong, it was gonna go into the river. And also, we know that that pilot is super fucking experienced. So, should something go wrong, he's probably going to either A, detect it right before it goes wrong, or B, he's going to know which way his quad was oriented so he can throttle away from the danger and then just let it go into the fucking river. I mean, you plan for this shit. It's simple planning, guys. So if they were operating legally, like in the story, they said somebody reached out and said that it was under a 250 gram quad. Is maybe questionable with the GoPro on it. I don't know. I don't have all the facts on the exact quad that was being flown. But if that's the truth, then they skirted the law. They didn't do anything illegal. And if you found it dangerous, too fucking bad. As much as you want to say they're ruining the hobby, you're also ruining the hobby by telling someone they can't do something that is legal because in your opinion, it's dangerous. It's the same thing. It's the fucking same exact thing. As those of you that fucking go and report this shit, you are the hobby ruiners. Jesus Christ. Who the fuck does that? You're gonna fucking see something, you disagree with it, and then you go run and tell fucking mom and dad? What the fuck is wrong with you? They're gonna go make more restrictions because your dumb ass said, hey, FAA or whatever the Canadian fucking air ministry is. I don't know, they've got weird Canadian shit up there. What the fuck? Who the fuck does that? You're like, because you pretty much found that video if you fly quads. Okay? More than likely, it was somebody that flies quads. So why in the fucking world would you go and fucking report the video to any jurisdiction and then turn around and say they're the ones ruining the hobby? You're the one that fucking reported it, you dipshit. Don't fucking tattle. Do you feel good about yourself? Do the people that do this feel good about themselves? I'm curious, you know, does it like... Do you feel like you're being a good citizen because you reported something when nothing happened? You know, it would have been one thing if fucking there was a 20-car pileup on the fucking bridge and a drone in the windshield and nobody claimed it, and then this video turned up on the fucking internet somehow, these guys going out there and flying the video. Okay. And X-Jet's video, he talks about, you know, like this is all part of Chad Capper's marketing plan and all that, which it may or may not be. He is right. There is no such thing as bad press. Look how Donald Trump got into fucking office. But the other flip side of that too is the pilot that flew could have said no. I mean, if somebody's like, hey, fly this fucking super dangerous, crazy thing, and you're not comfortable with it as a pilot, you just tell them no. It looked fun as shit to fly. I'd love to fly something like that. I mean, I'm not going to fucking lie. That would be fucking cool. But also, I would judge my skills as a pilot. You know, am I at that level to where I trust my pilot skills to dive a bridge during fucking the peak of traffic where a fucking accident can happen? Me, myself, no. And I know I'm not at that level, so I wouldn't fucking do that. But, you know, if it was fucking 5 in the morning and the bridge was closed for construction or some stupid shit, fuck yeah, I'd fly that fucking bridge. It looks fun as hell. And the same thing happened for that pilot, you know. So to say that it's all, like, marketing driven, I don't know. I don't know the facts, but what I do know is, you know, diving shit and flying shit that's going to give you that adrenaline rush where you cut it so close or you just skim that fucking concrete side of that thing. That's what it's about. That's what I fly for. So to sit there and judge someone else for chasing their rush and having the skills to accomplish something like that, it just is ridiculous to me. It's fucking ridiculous. I didn't see anything wrong with it. You know, I mean, some people think that shit's fucking risky, blah, blah, blah. And there is risks in there, and I'm sure the pilot that flew assessed those risks. He knew that it was going to be okay. Oh, and here's my big point. Everything was fine. Nothing fucking happened. It was no big deal. They flew the fucking bridge. They dove it. They produced a video from it. Nothing happened at all. it's all like a what if, oh, what if this happened? And that's the XJet said this in his video too, and they do it here in America. All media does this. They take it and they spin it and they turn it into something way bigger than it was. You know, like in that thing, the dude talks about, oh, 100,000 people crossed this bridge. You know, so basically they're saying, oh, you put 100,000 people's lives at risk. No, they fucking didn't. They probably flew a couple packs there. They didn't stay there all day and fucking fly for fucking hours. And scrolling these comments, everyone's like, how come Chad Capper isn't saying anything? Well, in the situation involving the law, the best thing to do is